His talent and humility are unconditional and something to behold. His life experiences and viewpoints are the stuff of storytelling gold. Stretch those muscles in your face because his presence will surely bring upon a smile. He's a man of substance, but let's not forget this guy's got style. More importantly, he's a friend. He's an honest, genuine friend that truly cares about people and has been there for me on more than one occasion. This isn't some linear equation. It's easy to see his big heart on display in this world of today that is quite rare. In this grand tournament, will anyone give him a scare? Nope, that word isn't his vocabulary, so let's welcome in my friend and co-host, the one and only, Brian Blair. Brian, welcome, my friend.
Hey, Albert, you're incredible, brother. You just never cease to amaze me.
This is those snacks in your belly and raise the roof like an early 21st century Nelly and welcome a kind, humble, positive human being. Last name Packard, first name Kelly. Kelly, welcome to the Let's Celebrate Tournament, my friend.
Thank you. I need to get a copy of that because that's going to be my eulogy.
Oh, gosh. Soon they'll be on their feet from here to Madrid as I welcome someone who's humble, kind, and talented. So put your hands together for one of a kind human being. Last name Faustino, first name David. David Faustino, welcome to the TKN Celebrity Tournament, my friend.
Wow. Holy moly, mother of God. With that intro and the previous intro, I watched The Godfather 1, 2, and 3.
Yes,
and
sir.
Finished it, and I came back, and here I am.
According to Webster's dictionary, tough love is defined as exactly what I described. Could you recall a positive moment in your life in which you've either received tough love or given it?
I have 4 children ranging from 20 down to 11. And I believe in tough love 100%. It is also that tool, though, that I'm scared to have to really use someday. You know, I've had friends who have had to kick their teenage children out of the home because they were making choices that didn't align with the rest of the family. I pray every day that I don't have to do that, but I've seen it play out in such a positive way. I can recall when I was 8 or 9 years old, my brother was 8 years older than me, and he was doing hard drugs. My mom decided to stage an intervention as I took that with me and learned how to grow and to be a better mom that I am now. You know, my kid's out at prom right now, my son, and it was one of those things where we had to have the conversations about, okay, well, you know, if you're not home tonight by 2, then tomorrow, you know, we've got to take this away, that away. So it's tough love all day, every day with kids.
David, can you recall a positive moment in your life in which you've either received tough love or given it, my friend?
You know, it's a great question. You know, growing up as a child star, which I did, I actually wish I had received more tough love, to be quite honest with you, because I was able to get away with a lot of crap, you know, and you know, and I'm not special. I'm just one of the pack. My mom attempted to give it, but she was a bit of an enabler. She had a difficult time with tough love. And then my father was the complete opposite. He gave like extreme tough love, the kind that you sort of repel against because it's so intense and insane. So I've had to give myself tough love, to be quite honest with you. And Bud Bundy has turned 50. I've got my glasses. So I mean, at 50, I'm still kind of growing up, you know. But I had an incident with my daughter last night, actually. She's dancing, you know, she's 8 years old. And if she makes a mistake or can't keep up with, say, the next girl, she like really beats herself up and gets like, you know, she goes within, she you know, withdraws. And I can totally relate to that because I used to be the same way in acting class or, you know, whatever it was. Well, I had to get tough with her last night and be like, look, you don't have to be, this is called class. Right now you're in class. Be in class, be one of the pack, learn, fail, mistake, fall, get up, and do it again. And so as I'm teaching her that, I'm learning it myself. I'm like, oh, where do these words come from? You know, that's the tough love I'm giving now.
You guys both did a great job. I mean, it's very, very difficult, but
Sure.
Because of bringing out the enabler factor, I'm going to have to give David a little edge.
David gets the Brian Blair. David, if the very first moments of your life included opening credits with a song that everyone could hear, what song would you select for your opening credits and why? And if your very last day alive included closing credits with a song that all could hear, what song would you select for your closing credits and why?
For my life intro, I went with the Beatles, the great Beatles, of course. I went with Baby You're a Rich Man. Before you judge me, I'll explain my thinking there. I picked Baby You're a Rich Man because the lyrics, it's not about money, obviously. The song has nothing to do with money. It's the riches of the universe. It's the riches of being connected. It's the riches of talent. It's the riches of waking up from your slumber. Now that you know who you are, what do you want to be? And have you traveled very far? Yes, as far as the eye can see. It relates so much to me and my spiritual journey, my struggle. You traveled very far. How often have you been there? Often enough to know. I think it's kind of like, how many times have you had a spiritual experience and woken up, and often enough to know nothing that doesn't show. But my outro would be My Way by the late, great Frank Sinatra. You know, I mean, this song sums it up. And now as tears subside, I find it also amusing to think I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way. No, not me. I did it my way. That would be my closing curtain song, My Way by
There's
Frank.
a lot of young people in this craft who are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old who want to do this, who want to pursue this, but are having a difficulty balancing some other hobbies that they're interested in. What advice would you give them?
But it doesn't have to be a tedious struggle.
Sure.
There can be joy in it, there can be fun in it, there can be love in it, and you're going to do a lot of learning. So I say go for that top thing, and then have those other things that are there, and try to enjoy them and give them some time, but don't let it take too much away from that top desire. You know?
And isn't it a lot better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation anyway?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And you will fail, and you'll fall on your
Kelly, if in the first moments of your life, if they included opening credits with a song that we could all hear, what song would you select for your opening credits and why? And if your very last day alive included closing credits with a song that we could all hear, what song would you select and why?
But I ended up choosing for my opening credits none other than Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive.
Ooh.
And, you know, a lot of people don't know me. You know, they see me and they see this and they see my beautiful family. They don't know that, you know, Dad denied me at birth. My mom raised me a single mom, that my mom died when I was 16. They don't know that my brother ended up dying of a drug overdose. They don't know that I have 0 blood family left. Had I known all of that when I was coming into this world, that would totally be my song, my mantra, because I survived. And my husband, same thing. He had a equally as dysfunctional of a life. And we came together and said, you know what, we're going to stop this right here and we're going to move forward. Closing becomes a little bit more sentimental. I chose Brad Paisley and Dolly Parton's When I Get Where I'm Going. I am a spiritual person, and I do believe that I am going to see my family that's no longer with me on the other side. And I'm going to talk to my grandpa, and I'm going to walk side beside him step for step. And all the lyrics in that song are so beautiful. When I get where I'm going and I meet my maker's face, I'm going to stand forever in his amazing grace. And every time I hear that song, I cry. So that is hands down my closing credit song. David, I just want to say that I'm so grateful that you and I are on this together. But you and I have so many parallels in our life, and I've known that about us. We both grew up as child actors. I feel like you and I could sit and talk for the next 3 hours and really shock people and really get to deep things. And I'm just
be careful. This show's gone 4 hours before. Be careful.
But I realize that I have to pick one person, and I guess I'm going to give Kelly the edge on this one, as close as it is.
Right, I'm going to ask you a question.
Great
too.
stories.
For our fans in the UK, enjoy that last sip of tea, because you'll always be smiling with glee. 2 rhymes in this bar? Nah, let's make it 3. Let's give a warm welcome to the newest member, guys and gals. Tonight, officially, his talk show will be debuting live. An intelligent, kind man. Last name, London. First name, Jeremy. Jeremy, welcome, my friend, again.
Hello, Avi. Wow. You know, you say that I'm humble, but
Yes,
then
sir.
you go and you hype me up like that. It's not easy.
It's hard not to hype
Remain-
you up. It's hard not to hype you up. David, what is one thing that gives you a sense of awe, my friend?
I thought of the look of my dog, and then I was like, okay, the look of my child waking up, or the smile on my 2-year-old's face. What gives me awe is music. The way a producer can take the perfect sample or the perfect original sound, loop it to a perfect beat, and have a lyricist come in and write perfect street poetry to it, and have that come out and listen to it, and that's what gives me awe. Guys like Dr. Dre, Hit Boy, Pete Rock, The Alchemist, are in the lab creating bangers, and it gives me a real sense of awe.
Is that still something that you experience?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm listening to Benny the Butcher. I mean, if Benny the Butcher and Hit Boy, they're perfect together. They're a perfect match.
I can't believe. And I think it was also cutting edge for you to include some of your love and passion of all things hip hop. We haven't talked Married with Children, and guys and gals, that's the thing. We're not going to talk about the same old. But then you were able to really incorporate what you're passionate about, which is music. Now, through the art form of something that was humorous, and you brought in a lot of levity, but the fact that they were able to be receptive about that was pretty cool.
Again, from Eazy-E to Ice Cube.
Sure.
They were all hanging out on the set, and the writers were like, what's going on here? People just fell in love with that character, because it was sort of his alter ego in his try-hard way of trying to be down with the music scene, but he struggled so hard to get it and came up short a lot. But that's where the Grandmaster B character was.
Kelly, the question I have for you is, what is the most difficult thing you've ever apologized for?
I definitely think when it comes to your family and the ones that you're closest to and the ones you love the most, I mean, the saying is so true that you always seem to hurt the ones you love the most. I have such a hard time in general apologizing to my husband. I don't know why. It's just one of those things, right? I don't know why it's so hard to apologize to a spouse. But then on the flip side too, I wanted to bring in the animal thing, because that was one of the hardest apologies I've ever had to make. Is everything comes out and it's just, I'm so sorry that I couldn't do this for you, or I couldn't help you live longer, or hands down. We just had a death of my daughter's show horse, and laying over him and apologizing to him was one of the hardest nights of my life. With animals, my heart is just so open to them. And I think the hardest apology I've ever had was saying goodbye to my daughter's horse and apologizing for not knowing what happened and why he got sick and why I couldn't help him.
All right, the songs go to David. This one's gonna go to Kelly. I'm a big softie and a family man, and pets are a huge part of my life, and so that part of it, I get it. David, I think you nailed it with the rich man one. At first, I was a little bit confused when you started explaining, and now I live in Mississippi. I don't have the money that I used to have. I don't have all of the stuff that I used to have, but I never felt richer in my entire life.
Success maybe it means having the courage and the determination to become the person you believe you were meant to be.
Yeah.
The person you were meant to be, right? Not the actor that you were meant to be, not the athlete that you were meant to be. Becoming the person you were meant to be. It is official. We are tied. Our third luminary was not here. David Faustino and Kelly Packard are here. They are both moving on to round number 2 of the TKN Celebrity Tournament. Give them a hand. Jeremy, thank you so much, brother. But you know what? You've done a ton of these, man. Did you have a nice time tonight, David?
I did. I really enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys.
Kelly, did you have a nice time tonight, my friend?
I sure did. Thank you. That was, like I said, just super refreshing to be on something so unique and so intensely stimulating. So thank you.
I appreciate you as well, and I'll see you.